Well, hey, welcome everybody to revised Tech Tip Tuesday on March 3rd. Brand new month, brand new version of Tech Tip Tuesday. Well, not really brand new, but kind of changed it a little bit. My name's Ken Close. I'm an engineer, lover of Healy, and field member like most of you guys. I get to the honor of being joined by Jake Barron, head of ops over in Orlando. Hey, Jake, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hello, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Henry Pena is with us today from our onboarding specialist department, the only department, right? Hey, how you doing, Henry? Welcome.
Doing good, excellent. Thank you so much, Ken. Welcome, everybody.
Awesome, awesome. So, if you guys had a chance to attend the Frequencies and Friends yesterday, that was a new announcement. Tech Tip Tuesday is moving into a new era. We're doing a twice a month segment, 30-minute segments now. We're going to be on the first and the third Tuesday of every month. You guys have got, there's so many resources out there and so much information available for the field that we're not getting as many questions perhaps as we used to in the past. And so we're thinking, you know what, let's be as efficient as possible with our time and yours, and then, be able to accumulate more questions perhaps. Of course, when you have a question, an issue, a problem in the moment, it's the most important thing in the world, right? But those solutions are out there. We got Harmony, the AI engine there on the shop page, live support from with call-ins. You've got Henry. He's doing onboarding and helping folks all the time. So customer service has really improved over the years. When Tech Tip Tuesday first came online, gosh, 2020, 2019, when I first started, something like that, the latter part of 2019. And the resources were a bit limited then. Healy was new, it was still a brand new technology and brand new idea in the field. And so the field kind of came together and built a model, and that's what happened. But now you guys got a plethora of things. So it's a really cool, fun thing. And I'm so happy, Jake has come on board and Henry's come on board. We've made a pretty fun thing. What do you think, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, one of the things I was talking, one of the things that we talked in our meeting was that we could also start like focusing on specific topics, like when something new comes up, like the new editions, for example. And that's definitely something I would love to talk about today because it's huge just from yesterday.
Exactly. I agree. Healy's making some great changes. I mean, not just with Tech Tip Tuesday, but also very focused additions, additions for very specific needs right out there, and kind of refining it down to make it a little less complicated, right? I kind of adopted that system early on anyways. There's good, better, and best, right? So that's three. Good, better, and best. And then just kind of, I always went with the best. You guys want the best? Here's the best. And I would describe that and then see how we could fit it into someone's lifestyle. So great topic. Yeah, you guys want to talk a bit about the new three editions?
Yes, sure. We, of course, while we're discussing this, anything that comes to mind, please put your questions into the chat here. But since this is such it's still fresh, we just announced it on Frequencies and Friends yesterday, the new edition. So our EMEA market, these actually went live last spring. I think it was last April or May. The move, I mean, if you want to start at the beginning, for those of us that have been with Healy for a long time, we had Gold, we had Holistic Health Plus, and we had Residence. And Residence was that top model. Then over time, as more and more programs kind of came out there, more modules that we could be added to this as well. The professional was introduced along with the Residence Plus, and of course now the Obsidian, which comes with everything plus anything ever to come, also is part of that Obsidian edition too. So it was a lot. There was a lot kind of going on there as well. So it's simplified now. For a lot of you have seen this already, but if you go to our Healy shop right now, you will see this. And basically, we have the gold edition is no longer, it's still supported, but the gold edition is no longer available for purchase. The resonance in name is gone, Resonance Plus gone, Healy Holistic gone as well. And now to align with our EMEA region also, we have the Discover, which is the entry level edition, the Evolve, and then we have the Healy Pro, and of course we still have the Obsidian. But if you go to our Healy shop and go to the Healy for Wellbeing page, you'll see kind of an overview of what this comes with. Of course, the Evolve comes with everything in the Discover plus some new content. The Pro comes with everything in the Evolve plus the Discover plus additional, and then of course you see for the Healy Obsidian, there's more details on everything that comes with too. So this is a good resource, kind of a general overview here in the Healy shop. But then also, if you go to the download section, so whether it's in back office downloads or Academy, which we're showing here, to the download section here too. And if you sort by newest uploads, so this is everything that's been added in the last week or so. But you'll see there's a lot of things that are new listed here. Some of them are related to presentations, price list, a lot of our marketing materials, roll-up banners, that kind of stuff, flyers. But there's actually a new flyer on each of the editions. So you see here, there's a flyer on the new Discover, new Evolve, Obsidian, and then Pro as well. And then if you were to open these up, you'll see, it's a little short 2-page flyer for each of them that talks about what comes with it and some of the benefits. So we have that for Discover, Evolve, Pro, and also the Obsidian edition as well. So there's great resources available there too. And this is kind of the direction in general that we're going here, to keep it to, of course, 3 core models. Over time, when Healy first launched, the Resonance was the most popular model. And then as the Pro was introduced, the Pro is the highest selling device at Healy World right now, too. It kind of became that main one, but kind of simplifying the steps, too. And you can actually upgrade to any of these. So if you have a current Healy Gold, you can upgrade it to a Healy Discover or a Healy Evolve or a Healy Professional. The only thing you can't upgrade a regular edition to is the Healy Obsidian. But you can kind of go from one to the other as well now too. Even though the old editions are no longer available to purchase or to upgrade to, the old editions can be upgraded to these new editions as well if you wanted to do that. And that is all available on our Healy shop right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one more thing that I feel like we sometimes forget to tell people about this, I know, again, brand new, so it's MagHealy, because the same thing applies to MagHealy. So if you look at the editions of MagHealy, you're going to see that the editions of MagHealy also changed from the basic and pro to also this new edition. So keep that in mind too. So if you're going to refer someone to MagHealy, keep in mind that these are the new editions that you're going to be seeing too. And each edition, MagHealy Discover, Evolve, and Pro, and then the Obsidian. And they will all contain different types of applications, which are also available on the website.
I love it. And Jake gave you some options on how to get to those resources. You can also get to them through the app, right? In the app itself is a download section where you can get there to these things as well. So Mary's got a question about where to find the Instagram videos that you can start using and the backgrounds that are approved for use. So in the resources, well, again, with these downloads from your shop page, I was just seeing if I could access them actually from the app. I always try to see.
I don't think that Instagram video has been made available for. I know it was mentioned that it will be made available. I don't think it's currently there yet. So there's a lot going on this week as far as updating all the different sites and social resources and that kind of stuff as well. But I would check back in on that later this week.
Yeah, so as far as when it comes to standard spaces where backgrounds and those things, you can take a look at your resources. Um, from your shop page, you could take a look at those downloads, brochures and backdrops and all that kind of stuff. Um, and I haven't been there for a while, but the like the logos and stuff like that for your Healy World members, that was updated.
Yeah,
So that means
I know the logo is available for download. There, the two different versions of the independent Healy member logo. I just I don't think the background or that Instagram video there, but let me see if I can look into more on that as far as when.
hmm Okay. Yeah, there's been a bit of a shift and change in the logo, right? It's
Mhm.
you can see it in the background. Jake and Henry's got that back there.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Mary's also asking, can you please show me how to see the version of downloads with the dates? The version I see doesn't have dates, and there's not an option to preview, so I have to download and then before I can see them. Um,
So I know at least on the and that this is something I personally find helpful when I download documents, which sometimes you can download them from the back office too, but at least from the academy. From the academy, they all show the date next to it, the day when it was uploaded. So anything that's new, as Jake said, is gonna have the little icon that says new. Now, if you go and you just go type, you just set the filter to all and you type newest uploads so that it only shows the new items. Everything is gonna say new and everything is gonna be new. Like right now, it shows like at least on my end, it shows dates like, February 26th, even things from yesterday. So everything that's new, but again, I'm not entirely sure if those documents, the backgrounds that you're mentioning, Mary, have been uploaded yet. I'm checking to see, and then I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll take a look. I do think the logos up. The logos are uploaded. I just don't think the backgrounds are uploaded yet. But you will see the date next to it, next to each of them.
Yeah, and I was so there. Let me share this again. There's a little bit of a difference between the download section in back office and the download section in Healy Academy. So the layout's a little bit different. The filtering's somewhat different. The columns are a little bit different because yeah, when I was showing the download section in Healy Academy, and you get to this one by just going to Healy Academy. If you go all the way down to the bottom of the page in this section here, you'll see there's a downloads part. But yeah, this one does have a date listed next to it for the individual files there also, as far as when it was added. The one from back office does not have that same column indicating the date. But if it's something that's, of course, new, you can sort through it by here. But if not, if you didn't go through the new uploads, you can always still go through, if it's a flyer, you can search just for those particular flyers. Of course, there's a lot of flyers, but they will still say new when you scroll through them when you finally get to that particular section. But I know a lot of you, you're mentioning I believe a lot of these things are listed under material. Yeah. So yeah, see like this call background too. I don't think this is the new one as well. But yeah, this is where it would be found once the newest version is available here.
so under materials.
Yes.
And see how you can set at the top of the page, you can set the categories from country to types of language and all that kind of stuff. So you can kind of set your parameters. Makes it a great filter for weeding out some of the things you're not looking for.
Yep.
Okay, here's a question about the Healy battery repair, which is another thing that was brought up on the Frequencies and Friends yesterday, right? Well, I think it was
Yes.
mentioned here first on Tech Tip
Yeah,
Tuesday.
we were the one to break the news, late breaking news.
Yeah, exactly. And so then it was followed up on, and some more details. You followed up on that yesterday. You want to fill them in, Jake, on what that battery repair process is a little bit?
Yeah, so
Easy.
basically, if you have a MagHealy that is out of warranty, we now have a way where you can actually send it in and basically purchase a new it's called the MagHealy battery replacement process, but you would purchase this process. So up until now, if it was within warranty and we determined that it was a battery issue, we would go ahead and fix it. At least in the US market, we would send it back to the office and we would open your MagHealy up and replace the battery and then send it back to you as well. But if it was out of warranty, we really had no way to assist other than directing you to the replacement item for a brand new MagHealy, which is fine because it's more expensive than just the battery, but it was around $700. But it's a completely brand new device with a brand new 2-year warranty as well. So in situations where your device is out of warranty, you still go through the regular troubleshooting process with us, so we can, confirm that yes, this does indeed seem like this is a battery issue, not some sort of other issue as well. And if we determine that, we will send you the link to purchase. Well, of course, you can still have the option to buy a brand new MagHealy, get a 2-year warranty, or you can purchase the MagHealy battery replacement, which is $149, which it includes shipping to and from our office. So you go through, we send you the link, you pay for it, and then we send you a UPS return label emailed to you through the ticket. You send the device back to the office. We will inspect your device, open it up, perform the battery repair, make sure everything else looks good internally, close it back up, and then test it as well with the new battery to ensure that it's now working properly, and then send it back to you as well. So it's a much more affordable way to get your MagHealy back up and running if it's out of warranty, and it seems like it is an issue with the battery. So.
Yeah, and that's so to clarify a little bit, guys, if your device is still under warranty, 2-year warranty, right? Then everything's covered, right? You're fine. But if it's out of that warranty, we're talking about the MagHealy now. If it's out of warranty, it's past that 2-year, and there is something going on, and the troubleshooting shows that it is narrowed it down to the battery. Okay, so then there's a process where you could, like Jake said, you pay for it, you get a label, you ship it in, they replace the battery, you get it back. So that's if it's out of warranty. Again, that's a very less expensive way to repair your MagHealy than say, that $700 replacement for it. It's not available for the Healy yet, right? Or it may never be, but it's not available for the Healy, but the MagHealy, it can be done. Okay.
Yeah, for the
So,
Healy device
Eugenie,
itself, it's a little trickier repair process. The steps involved too, to where it's really you kind of really have to. It's not meant to be opened up for sure. So
yeah.
No, no, Healy is a smaller circuit board.
yeah,
It's a smaller battery. Different different things internally. So it's one day maybe.
yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I was told straight by MagHealy at a lower price as you're mentioning, which is out of warranty. Okay. Um, yeah, so Yojani's asking a question about the talking about the MagHealy here that you put in a ticket apparently. Do I understand that you received or purchased a new, well, in one case you're saying Healy, in the other case you're saying MagHealy, so I'm sure you're meaning MagHealy. Yeah, so it's out of warranty. If it's out of warranty, this repair is available to you. Okay. If that's the problem. Again, we're talking about just the battery. So let's say, there's a bit of a troubleshooting process that is going on. So if it just won't hold a charge or it doesn't charge when you put it on the charging plate, whatever's going on, you can't get it to run and operate, then there's an assessment process. And then once it's deemed that it is the battery, then you go through and purchase the battery replacement protocol. You send it in, it gets done and sent back. The reason, I mean, that makes sense because if let's say that it's turning on, it's working and everything, but for some reason the lights aren't flashing, whatever, right? That that may not be a battery issue, and if you're sending it in to get a battery replacement and that's not the problem, then you don't want to pay for something that's not the problem. So so there's a process to find out exactly what's going on ahead of time. So there's a question here. Should I raise another ticket for it? Um, so let's see. Um, and a few of my downline cousins in India are also facing the same issue. So is this available in India as well? Hmm.
No, not yet. It's only available in the US. We're going to kind of optimize the process here too, and then see if it makes sense to expand this to other regions.
It's
Yeah.
also important to keep in mind that this process is like brand new. Like this was something that we recently launched, so I don't really know when this happened. But whenever you requested this, it could have been one of those things where, I mean, if your first interaction was with Harmony, I don't really know if it was given the option. It really depends. Sometimes Harmony can provide the information. I would say for the most part, the information tends to be accurate, but sometimes for situations like this, especially something brand new, it could have not just been trained at that moment. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, if you are, as a matter of fact, in the United States, I don't think this is something that will make a lot of sense, especially if you already requested it and you already got your MagHealy replaced. Like at this point, the old unit is going to be deactivated, so it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to try to get a battery replacement for something that was already replaced. I don't really know what the situation is at the moment, but I wouldn't really recommend that if you already initiated the replacement process. Also, remember that the benefits that you get are different. With the battery, only the battery gets replaced. If something were to happen to your Healy or to your MagHealy, that 2-year warranty that you would normally get for replacing the full MagHealy doesn't really apply for the battery. That's only for battery issues. So just something to keep in mind. You would technically be getting two different types of benefits, whether you choose to do a full replacement of the MagHealy versus just the battery.
Yeah, yeah, think about this. So when you buy a MagHealy on your account or a Healy on your account, it's got a serial number, and that serial number is associated and unique to your account. So if that one hardware breaks, the Healy or the MagHealy quits working, and you purchase a replacement device, a whole replacement device, that serial number becomes the active entity on your account. The old one gets deactivated, so it no longer will do anything. It's a serial number that's imprinted into the hardware. So you take that hardware, you ship it across the world to somebody else, and they go to activate it. That serial number is not able to be activated because it's an imprinted code within the hardware. Okay. So, but in the case with the MagHealy, you're going to do a battery replacement. Again, that one that's getting a new battery has a serial number imprinted, associated to your account. You get the new battery, then that same serial number, that same hardware is still on your account, still activated on your account, right? Just has a new battery. Um, and like Henry was saying, the advantage to if you replace the entire hardware, new serial number, you also activate a brand new warranty process. So, and not to mention the fact that every time some revision gets made within manufacturing, the most current hardware is going to have the most current revision, right? So if there was something discovered 5 years ago within the Healy, the MagHealy didn't exist then. I'm talking about the Healy now. 5 years ago, something in manufacturing was discovered that could lend to being a problem down the road. It gets fixed in manufacturing. All devices after that get that new upgraded manufacturing process. You get the latest and greatest, right? So when you buy a brand new device to replace a broken device, you get all the newest, latest, and greatest. Does that make sense? That's just how the evolution of manufacturing works. Okay. This is only a 30-minute segment, by the way, guys. So we have 4 minutes left. Um,
So
So
that video that I mentioned, or the mayor that you asked about earlier, on the new editions, looks like it should be available on our YouTube channel by tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. There's going to be a slightly modified version coming in the next week or two, but the one that was shared on Frequencies and Friends yesterday, look for that on our YouTube channel sometime by tomorrow.
that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so Eugenie's got another question about you lost your professional and was wondering, can you transfer the programs and such from a residence to a professional? And you no, you can't. You own a professional on your account. So if it's lost, you can still get a new quote unquote professional, but it's just the hardware, right? And all the programs are assigned to that hardware. So that's possible, but making a revision from one level to another, you have to do an upgrade to do that because that's assigned to the serial number, right? Like I mentioned,
Yeah,
everything's serial number.
there's certain programs and subscriptions and stuff that you can transfer from one to the other. Like you could
Yeah.
take the expert programs from that device and move it to a residence, or if there's anything that was added on to it, you can as well. It's when you're talking about basically cloning the lower version with an, it's it's a not something that's normally done these days, I don't think. Um, but yes,
I
there
would
are. Yeah.
to be honest, just to cover your bases, I would reach out via Harmony, say, try to, describe the
Yes.
issue and then you see what option a technical support agent can give you, considering because I know you mentioned you own four different Healy devices, so I understand that, to you maybe what makes more sense is to have the programs of the one that you lost sent to
Mhm.
one of the other units. So again, my advice would be reaching out just to see what the options that they can give you are. Ultimately, it may be a matter of just replacing it and purchasing the replacement for that unit that was lost. But just in case, I would reach out, explain your situation, and see if any other options are given to you.
Yeah, and definitely mention it's your birthday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And happy
Thank you
birthday,
for
by the way.
joining us for Tech Tip Tuesday on your birthday. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Happy
And
birthday.
Happy
reach out to
birthday.
Harmony and say, Harmony, it's my birthday. Can we do
Yeah.
this fun special birthday thing? Right?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. I would love it. Great.
Yeah.
All right. So 1 minute left. Anybody last minute closing things?
Well, maybe just a reminder, two reminders. One, for anything that you would like us to cover on this call, of course, you can get answers instantly from Harmony, and we have all these different resources. But if there's something specifically you would like the three of us to discuss on one of these future calls, you can email it in advance to onboarding.us@healy.world. Any ideas for topics and that kind of thing. Also, Henry, maybe you can put that in the chat. And then since you won't be seeing us next week on Tuesday for Tech Tip Tuesday, you will be seeing Ken next Tuesday in the evening for Healy Solution Series. For those of you that were watching Frequencies and Friends yesterday, you saw that it's on learning and memory is the topic next week. Ken?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about basically about the mind. So it's called focus and learning.
Focus on learning.
So
Okay.
we're going to be talking about the mind, and that's a pretty big subject. In fact, just a little background note: every time I'm on this call or presenting, I'm running my Healy memory program, by the way, from the learning page, and that's just because most people think that I'm losing my memory. I forgot where I put my keys. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the other. And the truth is that it's not necessarily that you're losing your memory. What happens is we increase so much chaos, disorder, and stress in our lives that the things that get sacrificed in our awareness are the things that we're not needing right now. And you don't need to remember things from your childhood when you're just trying to manage the current day present crisis, right? So it's not about losing your memory, it's about managing stress. That's a way better way of looking at things. And I get to talk about that next when is that? The 10th. I get to talk about that the 10th.
The
So
10th, I just put the link to our events calendar Because all of our events, whether like there was a question about frequencies and friends too, frequencies and friends is always the first business day of the month, unless there's some sort of holiday that also falls on that particular day. But yeah, so if you're ever not sure how to join a specific meeting, can't find the link, don't know if you need to register, just go to HealyAmericasEvents.com and you'll have the whole calendar there and direct links either to the registration page or to join the meeting directly. For Healy Solution Series, there is no registration. You can just click on that link from the page and it'll take you right into the meeting next Tuesday, March 10th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, hey, you guys, our time's up. It's already, 30 minutes in. So this was great. Thank you very much for joining us. Definitely tell your friends and anyone else you find that this might be value to, and have them come in. And definitely send your questions in through email, and let's get them solved here and talk about them. And I guarantee you, if you have a question, it's not the only one in the world that has that question. So no question is a small one. We love it. Thanks, guys, for joining me, Jake and Henry. You guys
Yes,
rock.
absolutely. Thank you.
Have an amazing day, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye
Appreciate
bye,
it. Have a
Thank
great
everybody.
day. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Great. See you guys. Bye bye.